What if I told you that a simple 20 cent coin from 2002, even in bad condition, could secretly be worth millions of dollars? Sounds impossible, right? Exploding head, but some rare versions, hidden errors, and unique mint marks have shocked collectors around the world. Before you spend that old coin in your pocket, you need to watch this. Because the coin you think is worthless might actually change your life. First up, the 20 cent 2002 coin in bad condition may appear at first glance to be just an ordinary, worn-out piece of currency, but when explored in depth, it carries a surprisingly rich story connected to the formation of modern Europe, the evolution of currency systems, and the everyday journey of money through millions of hands. And to truly understand its importance, we must begin with its origin in 2002, when the European Union officially introduced euro coins and banknotes as a shared currency among member states, replacing long-standing national currencies such as the German mark, French franc, Italian lira, and Spanish peseta, marking one of the most significant economic transformations in recent history. And the 20 cent coin was part of this first-generation release, produced in extremely large quantities to meet the demands of daily transactions across multiple countries, which is one of the main reasons why this coin remains very common even today, especially in circulated and worn condition. And while the coin's face value is 20 cents, its actual worth depends heavily on its condition, rarity, and collector demand. And in the case of a coin that is in bad condition, its value is almost always limited to its face value, because collectors generally prefer coins that are in mint or near perfect condition. The coin itself is made from an alloy known as Nordic gold, a carefully engineered mixture of copper, aluminum, zinc, and tin, designed to provide durability, corrosion resistance, and a distinctive golden appearance. And although it does not contain real gold, its color often leads people to mistakenly believe it has intrinsic precious metal value, which is not the case. And over time, especially with heavy use, this alloy can become dull, darkened, or discolored, particularly when exposed to moisture, dirt, or chemicals. And this is why a 2002 coin in bad condition may look significantly different from a new one, with visible scratches, worn edges, and faded details. And one of the most unique features of the 20 cent coin is its shape, commonly referred to as the Spanish flower, which includes a series of smooth indentations along the edge, making it easily identifiable by touch and helping visually impaired individuals distinguish it from other coins. And even when the coin is heavily worn, this distinctive shape usually remains intact, although the edges may feel smoother due to years of circulation. On the reverse side of the coin, which is common across all Eurozone countries, there is a map of Europe designed by Luke Lukes, along with the denomination and 12 stars symbolizing unity. And on the obverse side, each country has its own design. For example, Spain features the famous writer Miguel de Cervantes, Ireland displays a Celtic harp, and Germany shows the Brandenburg Gate. And in a coin that is in bad condition, these designs can become very difficult to recognize, as the fine details wear down over time due to friction and repeated handling. And in extreme cases, the coin may appear almost smooth in certain areas, making it challenging to identify the country of origin without careful inspection. From the perspective of numismatics, the condition of a coin is one of the most important factors in determining its value, and coins are graded on a scale ranging from poor to uncirculated, with a coin in bad condition typically falling into the lowest grades, meaning it has significant wear, scratches, and possibly damage. And for a coin like the 20 cent 2002, which was minted in massive quantities, this greatly reduces its desirability among collectors, because there is no shortage of better quality examples available, and therefore the demand for worn coins is extremely low. And this is why such coins are usually only worth their face value, despite being over 20 years old. And this leads to a common misunderstanding among people who believe that age alone makes a coin valuable, which is not true, as rarity, condition, and demand are the key factors that determine value in the coin market. Another important point to consider is the influence of misinformation, especially on social media platforms, where exaggerated claims about rare coins can spread quickly, leading people to believe that ordinary coins like the 2002 20 cent could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. But in reality, such claims are almost always false unless the coin has a rare minting error, such as a misprint, double strike, or incorrect design, which are extremely uncommon and require expert verification, and without such features, the coin remains a standard piece of circulating currency, and even coin dealers and collectors across Europe typically treat worn 2002 coins as ordinary change rather than valuable collectibles. Despite its low monetary value, the coin still holds historical and educational significance, as it represents the first year of euro circulation and the beginning of a new economic era in Europe, and for beginner collectors, keeping a worn 2002 coin can be a meaningful way to learn about how coins are produced, how they wear over time, and how their value is determined, and it also serves as a reminder that not all old coins are rare or valuable, and that careful research is essential before making assumptions about a coin's worth, and if you own such a coin, it is generally best to keep it as it is rather than attempting to clean it, as cleaning can damage the surface and reduce any potential collector interest, even if the coin is already in poor condition. In conclusion, the 20 cent 2002 coin in bad condition is a common, widely circulated coin that is primarily valuable for its historical context rather than its monetary worth, and while it may look old and unique, it is not rare, and its value remains close to 20 cents unless it has unusual or rare characteristics, but it still tells an important story about the creation of the euro and the unification of European economies, making it an interesting and educational piece for anyone interested in coins or history. Next up, the 20 cent 2023 coin in bad condition is a modern piece of European currency that, despite being relatively new, can still show signs of wear and damage depending on how it has been used, stored, or exposed to environmental conditions, and to fully understand this coin, it is important to begin with its origin within the monetary system of the European Union, which introduced the euro as a shared currency to unify the economies of multiple European countries, and although the euro was first launched in 2002, coins like the 2023 issue continue to follow the same design standards, materials, and structure that were established at the beginning of the euro system, ensuring consistency across all member states, and the 20 cent coin is part of the mid-range denomination group, widely used in everyday transactions such as small purchases, vending machines, and public transport payments across Eurozone countries, making it one of the most circulated and commonly handled coins in Europe today. The coin is made from a special alloy known as Nordic gold, which consists mainly of copper combined with aluminum, zinc, and tin, and while it has a bright golden appearance when freshly minted, this shine can quickly fade when the coin enters circulation, especially if it is frequently handled, dropped, or exposed to dirt, moisture, or chemicals, and in bad condition, a 2023 coin may show scratches, dullness, discoloration, and sometimes small dents or marks, even though it is only a few years old, which demonstrates how quickly modern coins can lose their original mint quality when used heavily. And one of the most distinctive physical features of the 20 cent coin is its unique shape, often called the Spanish flower, which includes smooth indentations along the edge that make it easy to identify by touch, a feature specifically designed to assist visually impaired individuals, and even in worn condition, this shape remains recognizable, although the edges may become smoother over time. The reverse side of the coin, which is common to all Eurozone countries, was designed by Luke Lukes and features a map of Europe along with the denomination and 12 stars representing unity among member states, while the obverse side varies depending on the country that issued the coin. For example, coins from Spain may feature national figures, Ireland displays a harp, and Germany shows the Brandenburg Gate, and in a 2023 coin that is in bad condition, these details may appear less sharp, with minor wear affecting the clarity of the design, although since the coin is still relatively new, the level of wear is usually less severe compared to older coins like those from 2002, unless the coin has been subjected to unusual damage. From the perspective of numismatics, the condition of a coin plays a major role in determining its value, and coins are graded based on their level of preservation, with categories ranging from uncirculated perfect condition to poor heavily worn and damaged, and a 2023 coin in bad condition would fall into the lower end of this scale, which significantly reduces its appeal to collectors, especially because the coin is very recent and still widely available in circulation, meaning there is no scarcity to drive up demand, and as a result, such a coin is typically worth only its face value of 20 cents, and this is an important point because many people mistakenly believe that unusual appearance or damage can increase a coin's value, when in fact, damage usually decreases value unless it is caused by a rare minting error. It is also important to address the widespread misinformation that often circulates online, where videos or posts claim that ordinary euro coins, even in poor condition, can be worth thousands or millions of dollars, but in reality, these claims are almost always exaggerated or false, because for a coin to have significant value, it must be rare, in high demand, and often in excellent condition, and a standard 2023 20-euro-cent coin does not meet these criteria, as it is still being produced in large numbers and used in everyday transactions across Europe, and even coin dealers and collectors typically treat such coins as regular currency rather than valuable collectibles. However, there are a few rare exceptions where a 2023 coin could be worth more than its face value, such as if it has a genuine minting error, for example, a double strike, off-center design, or incorrect metal composition, or if it comes from a limited mintage issue in a specific country, but these cases are extremely rare and require professional verification, and without such unique features, the coin remains a normal piece of circulating money. Despite its low monetary value, the 2023 20-euro-cent coin can still have educational and symbolic importance, as it represents the continuation of the euro system and the ongoing economic cooperation within Europe, and for beginner collectors, even a worn coin can serve as an example of how coins age and how condition affects value, and it also highlights the importance of understanding the difference between common and rare coins, and why not every unusual-looking coin is valuable. In conclusion, the 20-euro-cent 2023 coin in bad condition is a modern, widely circulated coin that typically holds no extra monetary value beyond its face value, and while it may show signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, these factors actually reduce its desirability rather than increase it, and unless the coin has a rare and verified minting error, it should be considered a normal piece of currency, but it still remains an interesting object from a historical and educational perspective, reflecting the everyday use of the euro and the shared economic system of Europe. Next up, the 20-euro-cent 2020 coin in bad condition is a modern European circulation coin that, although relatively recent, can still appear old, worn, and damaged depending on how it has been used in everyday life, and to fully understand its background, importance, and actual value, it is necessary to look at the broader context of the euro currency system introduced by the European Union, which brought together multiple European nations under a single monetary system, allowing coins like the 20-euro cent to circulate freely across countries such as Germany, Spain, France, Ireland, Italy, and many others, and even though the euro was first launched in 2002, coins minted in later years like 2020 follow the same structure, design rules, and material composition, making them part of a continuous and standardized currency system that ensures consistency and easy recognition across all member states. The 20-euro cent coin is made from an alloy known as Nordic gold, which is composed mainly of copper, with smaller amounts of aluminum, zinc, and tin, and although it has a bright golden color when newly minted, this shine can fade quite quickly once the coin enters circulation, especially if it is handled frequently, exposed to moisture, or comes into contact with dirt and chemicals, and in bad condition, a 2020 coin may show visible scratches, dull surfaces, discoloration, and even small dents or marks caused by years of use, and this is completely normal for coins that are actively used in daily transactions, and one of the most recognizable features of the 20 € coin is its unique, Spanish flower, shape, which includes a series of smooth indentations around the edge, designed to make it easier to identify by touch, particularly for visually impaired individuals, and even when the coin is worn, this shape remains noticeable, although the edges may feel smoother due to continuous handling over time. On the reverse side of the coin, which is common across all Eurozone countries, there is a map of Europe designed by Luke Lukes, along with the denomination, 20 €, and 12 stars representing unity, while the obverse side varies depending on the country that issued the coin. For example, Spain may feature national figures such as Miguel de Cervantes, Ireland displays a harp, and Germany shows the Brandenburg Gate, and in a coin that is in bad condition, these designs may appear less sharp, with some details becoming faded or difficult to recognize, especially if the coin has been heavily circulated or damaged, and in extreme cases, the surface may appear almost smooth in certain areas where the design has worn away. From the perspective of numismatics, the condition of a coin is one of the most important factors in determining its value, and coins are graded on a scale ranging from uncirculated, perfect condition, to poor, heavily worn and damaged, and a 2020 coin in bad condition would fall into the lower end of this scale, meaning it has significant wear and reduced visual appeal, and because the coin is relatively recent and was produced in large quantities, it is very common in circulation, and therefore it does not have any significant collector value in worn condition, and as a result, such a coin is typically worth only its face value of 20 cents, and this is an important point because many people mistakenly believe that older or damaged coins are automatically valuable, when in reality, damage usually reduces value unless it is caused by a rare minting error. It is also important to address the influence of misleading information, especially on social media platforms where claims about rare coins often go viral, suggesting that ordinary coins like the 20 € 2020 could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars, but in reality, these claims are almost always false or exaggerated, because for a coin to be valuable, it must be rare, in demand, and often in excellent condition, and a standard 2020 20 € coin does not meet these criteria, as it is still widely available and commonly used across Europe, and even coin dealers and collectors usually treat such coins as normal currency rather than collectible items. There are, however, a few rare exceptions where a 2020 coin could be worth more than its face value, such as if it has a genuine minting error like a double strike, off-center design, or incorrect metal composition, or if it comes from a limited mintage release in a specific country, but these cases are extremely rare and require professional authentication, and without such unique characteristics, the coin remains a standard piece of circulating currency. Despite its low monetary value, the 20 € 2020 coin can still have educational and symbolic importance, as it represents the ongoing use of the euro and the economic cooperation between European countries, and for beginner collectors, even a worn coin can be useful for learning about how coins age, how condition affects value, and how to distinguish between common and rare coins, and it also serves as a reminder that not every unusual-looking coin is valuable, and that proper research is essential before making assumptions about a coin's worth. In conclusion, the 20 € 2020 coin in bad condition is a common, widely circulated coin that typically holds no extra monetary value beyond its face value, and while it may show signs of wear, scratches, and discoloration, These factors actually reduce its desirability rather than increase it, and unless the coin has a rare and verified minting error, it should be considered a normal piece of currency, but it still remains an interesting example of modern coinage and a small part of the larger story of the euro and European economic unity. Please like and subscribe to my channel.